Hey Cancer, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot and welcome to your April 2025 Tarot and Oracle reading. You guys, we're going to get right into it with the Mudra deck. And if you would like for me to pray for you, if you'd like for everybody to join in, even the cross watchers out there, I know you're out there, say hi in the comment section, even leave an emoji, something that represents your energy that we can actually focus on. All right, so Mudra deck, it's coming for Cancer. We have Power Mudra. Hell yeah. It's all in red too. I love that. Okay, so this comes with a hand gesture and it also correlates to parts of the body. I love this deck. And so you interlace your fingers together like this. Drive, get going. That's what it says. The affirmation is, I'm bursting with energy. This mudra is great tonic to help you get out of bed in the morning or as a pick-me-up during the day. First of all, open all the windows and drink a glass of water. Rub your hands vigorously and then clap them loudly. Now interlock your fingers, both hands with each other, and turn them so that the palms are facing outwards. Stretch your arms forwards, downwards, and upwards in time to the rhythm of your breathing. This is active. This is a very active mudra. Repeat this several times. After this, place your interlocked hands on the back of your head. It lightens the mood. And or place the back of your hands in contact with your forehead for a few seconds. And this is for drive. That's what it says. Look up and breathe in deeply several times. Well, that woke me up. All right, we're going to get one more message and then we'll jump into tarot. This oracle message is from the Divine Feather Messenger deck if you like to collect them. And I want to say thank you real quick before I forget for hitting that like button. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, reevaluate your priorities. It is time to let go of what you no longer need. Man, what a good time of year for that too. You know, we're going into April. Spring is beginning. It's like the spring cleaning thing. You can look at yourself, your life spiritually, cleaning old shit out and, lightening your mood, lightening your energy. All right. I keep thinking about, I know there are some Cancers I'm talking to right now that are like, maybe you woke up in the morning, maybe you just have not had that coffee yet, or maybe you just had a shit day, and you're just like, this is not my vibe right now. And if you are that Cancer, thanks so much for not switching the channel yet. There's something in store for you. All right, what's coming towards my Cancers? April 2025, make it clear. We only take the cards that fly out and volunteer their message. This is a living and a breathing conversation with tarot. That one's fun. Lover's card, conflict, and we have the wheel upside down. It seems like for some of you guys, you've experienced conflict in an area in your life where it's brought everything to a halt. This could be in a relationship. Doesn't have to be. Anything else before I unpack these cards for Cancer? Flipping but not flying, we got the Queen of Swords. She's a boundary drawer. And here we got the Death card. So, of course, death is usually never literal, but it does mean that a season has passed of sorts. So we're going to find out a little bit more about that thing that is past. But it's important to note that the Death card also allows room for new things to blossom, new people to come into your life, new events. So it's actually a really beautiful card of transition, and it's quite positive because with death is attached rebirth. But we do start with Five of Wands right here. This is conflict. I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be an extended reading. If you want to keep on going and get into more depth and get into advice, that will be a link in the description box below. So it's an extended link. Okay, Five of Wands. So about this conflict, we've got the Queen of Wands popping out. What about this conflict? We have flipping upside down. Somebody's not talking. It seems like they've got things to say, but it seems like now some of you guys might have had travel plans or something, and there's been Mercury is still in retrograde for a while, so maybe there's been some that hasn't probably helped the situation. But maybe if any of you guys have had travel plans that you've had to put on halt, it could deal with this conflict. And then we've got the Eight of Swords. So the cool thing about the Eight of Swords is that any kind of restriction one is feeling, any kind of limitations, it's passing. There is the possibility to bust through it. And this is specifically in the way you might be looking at something. Now, this could be, roles can be reversed. So this could be attached to that Queen of Wands, whether you're the Queen of Wands or somebody else is. They're experiencing setbacks. They're experiencing lack of movement forward with communication or travel, conflict. And they're definitely in this place of like Eight of Swords. And you can see she's blindfolded. She's got her hands tied behind her back. She feels so limited, but she can actually remove her blindfold. Her hands are not actually tied, but you have to bust through thinking, right? Like you bust through some self-limiting thoughts there. So we'll come back to that, but we start with some stuff that's going on there. Nice, nice, nice. One moment. Who's this Queen of Pentacles? What's the Ace of Swords? Oh, this is good. All right, listen. So even when I was doing this, I felt like that catch in my throat, and this is all about communication. It's communication between you and another person. It does have the Lover's card. However, it doesn't have to be romantic. Oftentimes the Lover's card talks about like a romantic life partner or something, but it doesn't have to be romantic. The other name for the Lover's card was the choice. And oftentimes the Lover's card kind of suggests that there's a choice at hand. Now, this Ace of Swords, this is some knowledge dropping down, some truth. And it's specifically breaking somebody out of a cycle, a pattern, a behavioral pattern, whether it's codependency or addiction. It could be any kind of behavioral pattern that does not serve one very well. Now, it could be that y'all are both in this pattern together. But the truth that's dropping down is going to break through this. And it's going to give you an opportunity, everybody an opportunity to level up. And once you level up, with this card, the Judgment card, you never go back. So maybe there's certain commitments you make to one another. There's certain realizations or revelations that once you see it, you can't unsee it, but it's for the good. The Queen of Pentacles is popping up here, and this is an individual. So this could be an earth sign, could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. It doesn't have to be. But the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very nurturing, sometimes almost mothering. It doesn't have to be a female, though. And the way that they nurture is very practical, so this would be a person that not so much thinks the first thought to demonstrate their love wouldn't necessarily be like, oh, cry on my shoulder. How are you feeling? It would be like, did you have enough to eat? Maybe we need to reorganize your closet, but it's more of a practical, and they are providers, and they stability is really important to them, and usually they're structured, and home is really important usually. So anyway, you get the point. You'll recognize whether it's you or somebody else. Now, I will say a lot of Cancers identify with the importance of home too, so I would set that detail aside and see if all the other ones match. But either way, this person is very much in that feeling that argument, feeling a sense of being right. And we have, these are a lot of major arcana messages here. There's only 22 in a deck of tarot. And so this is a turning point. It feels like a turning point. But ironically, it starts with, I feel like messages are not coming through until they are, basically. I feel that one individual has been holding back or not responding. They're very much in conflict. They're very much feeling stuck. And then we have a Queen of Pentacles here who feels very justified and right about their stuff. Okay, so we have two people who are duking it out. And we have things have come to a halt there. That makes sense. But this is bigger. This is big because we've got Death card here. We have breaking out of a pattern. Somebody's leaving something here. Sometimes when we don't see the way forward, it feels like the only way is to turn around, because anything's going to be better than stagnancy. So one person looks like they're leaving. I don't think that this is quite the end yet. Let me get some more cards out here, because we do have attached to them, yes, they're leaving for the sake of getting this wheel to move. They just want something to change, right? But it looks very much like where all that glitters is not gold, and they're headed to those hills on faith that something is better. And what they're going to experience there is actually, I think, unexpected. I think they're going to have a revelation of, you know, I'm going to manifest something here. I have to make something out of scratch here. Something's not going to just land in my lap. And they're going to realize that an easy solution isn't always the right solution. Like, does that make any sense? Because I think that this person is experiencing Five of Pentacles energy is scarcity. It's ostracized. It's isolated. It can be lonely. Sometimes it's broke. If it's a money reading, it's broke. So it's scarcity at the heart of it all. And they might be they might be digging into that social media. They might be digging into, like he said, she said, talk about around the water cooler, that type of stuff. They're trying, I feel like they're trying not to be persuaded by things that are not fact checked, so to speak. The Page of Swords, though, is kind of this youthful type of, it's kind of an immature type of communication. It can rule over gossip. It can rule over social media, just surface communication. So this person is in an interesting place. I want to ask about this Magician real quick before we move on to the Death card, because that's a turning point. It's like they're kind of doing this. No, I don't want to work with anybody here. You know, like my nose is itching on that, so I'm going to pay attention. Yeah, they're looking out towards the world. Like, the world's going to give me a solution. I'm going out there. Bye. It's like when I was a little kid, I remember, who did this? Did you ever like pack a lunch and run away from home, but you made sure everybody at home knew you were running away, especially your mom? Like, I remember being like 5 years old and packing all my Play-Doh up because I could turn it into anything, any kind of food I want. Yeah, I know. I wasn't the smartest 5-year-old. Packing it up, tying it to a stick with like one of those knapsack things over my shoulder, like in the cartoons. Yeah, so this has the same vibe, not to throw us off. But so this person is going to discover something that they don't expect in this place of loneliness or scarcity, misconnection. So let's find out what this turning point is. The Death card. We're going to open a new deck so we have all the cards at our beck and call. What is this Death card for our Cancers? There's so many other perspectives I want to dive into here, but I want to stay on track. Death card, April 2025 for my Cancers. Five of Swords, there it is. Page of Pentacles. I want more. I want more. Thank you. Oh. Five of Swords. There's our Lovers card. So they're very much, if you guys have stopped contact yet, Cancer, like if you've already stopped contact, don't let it worry you right now. And if you're on that side that's like, I'm the one that stopped the damn contact, be prepared for some twists and some good ones, you know? I'm not saying you guys are like, it's going back to what it is. It's not. But this is not about the argument or whatever that conflict is. It's not about that. This is about a really important perspective that needs to be gained. And actually, a big part of that perspective is this person leaving. Whether it's you or somebody else here, it's playing a really important role. And it's a little bit hazy where they're going, right? It's not actually, because it's not very important where they're going. It's more going through the motions. It's like you as a little kid being like, everybody, I'm running away. I have my snacks. Fuck y'all. You know what I mean? Everybody needed that experience. Maybe this person didn't get that experience as a kid, so they got to have the experience now. But either way, both parties need it because it's hanged man energy. So yes, it might be a minute. It might have even gone on for a while because this is a slow energy. Things are drawn out. Maybe this person left a little while ago and you're watching this video because they're on your mind. Who knows? Or maybe they just popped in. Anyway, this energy is all about getting a really important perspective, but at a sacrifice, you know? And why did we get it? Because I was asking about the Lover's card that popped out and the Hermit card, which is again, a quiet card. There is a lesson, and I hate saying lesson. It's not even the right. There's something really important to appreciate about each other and to learn about yourselves through this whole process. It doesn't matter what side of the actions you're on, because each person is experiencing in the end something very similar. And that is going to be kind of the ripple effects of an argument and also what it looks like to come back and heal. And I'm careful about that word, those words come back, because this is not about you guys reuniting. This whole reading is more about you guys doing this. And that whole process, the holding back of communications, the exploring beyond, like maybe somebody's choosing to literally travel. Maybe somebody's like, hey, you know what? I need to play the field a while, a little, I need to get some fresh air type of thing. But what is this Page of Pentacles? Very interesting reading, you guys. Nice. This transformation, Temperance card, is about being valued and valuing, and it's gonna happen. It's like this person, that's what the Death card is about. It's a death of ego. Somebody's having a death of ego. 5 of Swords. What is the cost of being right? That is the meaning of this card. What is the cost of being right? One becomes a student again in the realm of value. Now, in a love reading or a relationship reading, Pentacles take on not a literal money reading usually. They take on the meaning of self-worth and value, to value another, to be valued. That's the transformation Temperance card that is happening. And you're getting an Ace of Pentacles, my loves, which is the gift of beautiful value. And it's happening fast. It's going to happen fast. So you've got the slow moving energy. This thing is drawn out. There's lack of communication and somebody's heading off to the hills. And then when they become a student, or you become a student, however you identify, whichever role, this happens fast. When this person adopts, or when both people adopt the role of Page of Pentacles, which is a student, a willingness to learn, a curiosity, all of a sudden, boom, they're gifted this beautiful gift of value. So yes, the Death card, all of this is underneath the Death card. Death of ego. We're going to go on to the extended. This is epic, and I'm going to be jumping into both roles a little bit more and what to do, what not to do. Sending you love and light if this is where I leave you. Thank you so much for joining me. Otherwise, check out the link below. Bye-bye.